All right, so we are going to spend some more time on multiplication and division. We are going to dig in deep to those keywords that I had you glue in your math notebook yesterday. And then we're going to do some fun holiday word problems using our keywords to help us. So you should have this printed out and go ahead and have it glued in your math notebook. Now, here's the thing. I need the honor system here. I do not want you looking at this today because I want to see what you remember from yesterday, okay? So we have a list of words here. It tells us to cut and glue them. To save time, we're just going to write them in and then we'll eliminate them, okay? So let's kind of review. When we multiply, we are getting a bigger number, right? And then when we divide, we are taking apart, we're making it smaller. So what are some of these keywords that are going to help us with the word problems? Now, I see some that jump out right away that help me know, oh my gosh, that's multiplication, that's division. But let's go in order, okay? I have each here. Let's start at number 1. And I actually see 2 eaches. So if you remember from yesterday, you can use each for both multiplication and division. So let's go ahead and cross that off. All right, let's look at the next one. Cut up. If you're cutting something up, do you think you would be multiplying or dividing? Dividing, right? So cross that one off. All right, what about between? What about between? What one would that be? Yep, that would be if you're putting it between friends, you're splitting it up, you're making it smaller. So between would go under division. All right, here's another one, all together. What do you think for that one? Multiplication. What about share? If you're sharing something, you're putting them into groups, right? So it's going to, you're going to start with something big and you're going to share them and it's going to get smaller. So you are dividing. Okay. What about twice? If you double something, that's the same as twice, right? So it's making it bigger. So you're going to be multiplying. And I just told you the next one. If double and twice are like synonyms, then yes, double would also be multiplication. What about half? If you're splitting something in half, it would be division. Ooh, equal groups. You should know that one. Divide, right? You are always dividing into equal groups. Per. So think about like an array. If you have 2 per line, you would be what? Multiplying. You should know times. Times is just another word for what? Multiplication, right? Seriously? Where does this one go? Under division, right? These are the ones I said that are easy, that jump right out at us. The next one, multiply, where's that one gonna go? You're right, write it under multiplication. Groups of. If you are in groups of, what would that be? Which one would that be? That would be multiplication. What about how many in each? Division. And then divided by division. Okay, and I just noticed I got out my sheet and we can kind of check our work. And I want you to stop and I want you to think about equal groups. Equal groups is actually under multiplication, but the way I think of it is when you're splitting something into equal groups, you could also be dividing. So if you want to add that to multiplication too, you may, okay? All right, so you have this list. I want you to also make sure you have out your holiday word problems, or you can either print them or you can look at them on the computer. We're going to do two together in our notebook. So this should be glued in, okay? Mine's not glued in, but I'll just turn my page. So now I want you to be on your next two blank pages. And if you have it printed, you can glue it on one page and we'll answer on the other page. So we're going to do two together. We're going to use our clue words to help us. And let's do it. So we have number one. Lizzie bought 3 boxes of candy. So we always want to circle our numbers. Each box contained 5 pieces. All right, here's another number, 5. But I also see the keyword each. Now, each can mean what? We put it on both sides. It can be multiplication or division. So let's keep reading. So think about this. She has 3 boxes of candy. Each box contained 5 pieces of candy. How many pieces of candy are there all together? I like to underline the question. And as I'm underlining it, I like to read it again. This gets big fast. All right. So there's another keyword in here. Let's read it together. Again, how many pieces of candy were there all together? All together is a keyword for what? For multiplication. So how would we write our equation? 3 boxes of 5, right? Each box has 5 pieces of candy. So how much candy was there all together? What's 3 times 5? Well, you have a lot of different strategies. You should know it just like that. If you don't, you can draw a picture, or you can count by 5s 3 times, and you should get 15 pieces of candy. You better write your answer. All right, we are going to do one more together. I'm gonna have to make it a little bit smaller so you can see. Okay, skip a line and let's look at number 2. It takes 8 inches of holiday ribbon to make one bow. How many inches of ribbon will it take to make 3 bows? Okay, so we have 8 inches of ribbon. We have to find out 3 bows. So if one ribbon takes 8 inches and we need to make 3 ribbons. Are we getting a big number or a smaller number here? We're getting a big number. I don't see any of my keywords here. Do you? So sometimes there won't be any. But our question says, how many inches of ribbon will it take to make 3 bows? Okay, that's kind of like saying this, 8 plus 8 plus 8, right? Each bow needs 8 inches of ribbon, which is the same as multiplication or division, guys. Multiplication, right? 8 times 3. And what is 8 times 3? Write it down. You should have gotten 24, what, bananas? 24 inches of ribbon. Okay, you guys are going to do the rest by yourself. You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to do. And then you will post some of them for your discussion post. Do them all and then check your Schoology to see which ones I want posted. All right, hopefully you will use your sorting keywords that we did to help you with the word problems. And then don't forget your strategies. Circle the numbers, box the keywords, and underline the question. All right, I hope you have a holly jolly good time with your word problems.